9 out of 10 people start abusing substances when they're teenagers. I am an addiction psychiatrist, and what I do is I work in a clinic where we receive patients who come in needing help with all sorts of substance use disorders, opioids, alcohol, marijuana, amphetamines, and they also have medical and psychiatric problems as well, most of them. Although in our country, 18 is considered an adult, we know that the brain continues to develop. Teenagers are actually more vulnerable to take risks. That's how they are developmentally. They don't have sort of the judgment of an adult, which is why they still need adult supervision. And if they're not getting the help they need psychiatrically, if they have problems, then they will reach out for something to self-medicate. It can change the way that their brain develops permanently in a way that makes it harder for them to cope with regular stress of life, regular anxiety. It could make them more prone to things like depression and psychiatric illnesses. In the short term, a drug would maybe alleviate some of the anxiety or the sadness that you're feeling. Long term, it's going to make those problems worse and harder to treat. The medications being prescribed for a doctor have lots of evidence behind them. There's been a lot of research, and there's an FDA regulatory component. So they're being monitored. A lot of the things that a teenager gets at home, you don't know what it is. You don't know what dose it is. You don't know if it's appropriate for me at 17. Maybe it's appropriate for a 45-year-old, but not a 17-year-old. So when you put things in your own hands like that, you're taking a huge risk. But you might be saying, what could happen to me if I continue to use this substance? I want you to think about some of the hopes and dreams that you carry dear to you. And I want you to imagine that because of substances, those all go away. That is something that really does happen when you continuously use substances.
I remember seeing this nurse walk back and forth through the room. And I'm like trying to put it together where the hell I am. Have no idea. My shoes are gone, my shirt's ripped. I don't have my phone, my wallet, my keys. The nurse finally comes in and she goes, "Do you know where you are?" I said, "No, where am I?" She said, "You're in a hospital." She's like, "You're lucky to be alive." What happened? Did I hit somebody? Like, did I kill someone? And she goes, "You overdosed at the wheel. You blew through an intersection and didn't hit one single car." She's like, "I don't know how you're still here." I had my roommate at the time. He picked me up. I made some excuse that I think I crashed my car. It's totaled. I need you to come pick me up from the hospital, right? So brings me back to the apartment and he says, "Steve, I'm gonna go get some food. Do you want me to get anything for you?" I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm just gonna sleep it off. Thank you for picking me up," type of thing, right? And he leaves, and I saw my opportunity that I was gonna get high, but just use just a little bit this time. That's the last thing I remember. I remember going into my bathroom, sniffing a little bit of it, and lights out. My friend at the time, what he found when he walked up the stairs into the apartment was me curled up against the refrigerator, blue in the face, not breathing. The same paramedics that had just administered 4 doses of Narcan on me about 6 hours prior run the second call on me that day. So that's when things really opened my eyes to, I gotta stop or I'm gonna die. And that was really my wake-up call. I was 15 years old when I had my first drink, but after I found pain pills, that was like my crutch, right? To fill that void in my soul, whatever happened, whatever event that I went through at the time, breakups, losses, grief, anything that happened, I'd use that to cope. Taking them almost every other day in high school to wherever it became an everyday thing, and whenever I have something that's mood or mind altering, I want more and more and more, and I won't stop until I'm either blacked out, passed out, whatever, right? I knew every time I put a substance in my body that I possibly wouldn't wake up. Back then, I didn't really care if it was laced with fentanyl, but with all the fentanyl on the street, I mean, you're playing Russian roulette if you're gonna continue to get high like that. I feel like I've been given a new chance at life, you know, and I don't wanna ruin it, you know, and I feel like I wanted to use that to my advantage these days. So I went back, got a certification to become a licensed interventionist, and since then we've helped over 200 families in the past couple of years.